It's your man Nice back with another video. Your words and your actions either put light on your strengths, or your words and your actions put light on your weaknesses. Now, obviously everybody wants to be strong and wants to seem like they're strong to everybody else, and keeping your word is a sign of strength. Going against your word is a sign of weakness. So for an example of that, let's say that you borrow some money from somebody, because of course money is a big issue in society, and a lot of people put the value of money at a high place in their life. So let's say you borrow this money from somebody, and a difficult situation comes ahead. You say, look, I'm gonna pay you back on Tuesday the money I need right now. You know, you're in desperate need of this money, and you ask someone to trust you enough to lend you the money until you get paid, or a certain day that, you know, money is coming in on your end. So the difficult situation is that money that you borrowed from this person that took your word might be the only money you have on that payday, or the only money that was sent to you on the day that you said you was gonna pay this person back that trusted your word. That's the difficult situation. You're stuck in between suffering with no money because you kept your word, and most people in these situations, or some people, or people that don't go through with their word, they say, hey, this person that lent me the money has money, so if I don't pay them right now, the day that I said I'll pay them, they won't be suffering, but I will. So I'll pay them back when I have enough money to pay them back and still have some money to spend. And in a way, they're right. They won't be suffering, but what will be suffering is their word. And that weakness will shine bright. Their word won't hold any weight. Now your word doesn't hold any weight because you did not show strength through the suffering. Which means in the long run, you will suffer more, because less and less people will trust your word or your actions. And this is why you must have the strength to go through the suffering, or going without, in order to keep your word alive. Instead, because your word is your, the essence of you, the essence of your strength inside, or your weakness inside. And you always want your word to hold weight. rather than you going through temporary suffering. Because when you don't stand by your word, that suffers forever. But if you stand by your word, you will be suffering temporarily until the situation gets right. But your word is your word, and people trust you according to your actions and what you promise and things like that. So you can tarnish the essence of who you are by not having the strength inside to go through some suffering. Don't let these thoughts of that difficult situation that I just used an example of, like, go through it, because it's worth going through that rather than your word not having any weight and you not having any trust with the people that are around you. And of course, people should have understanding with your situation, but everybody has a situation. You're not the only one that's suffering. There are people that are out there that are choosing to go through that temporary suffering just to be able to keep their word alive. And that shines light on the strength that they have inside, rather than the weakness. Don't let that weakness shine bright, because that is the essence of you, and people will see that. And you cannot claim that you're strong if you cannot go through a little bit of suffering. And that's what it is, man. Most people claim they're so strong, but as soon as a little bit of suffering comes, they can't handle it. So I don't know what kind of strength they're talking about. Let your strength shine and be proud that you can keep your word through your actions. Be proud that, I gave this person my last because of my promise, and I'm gonna hold it down, because suffering doesn't last. But tarnishing your name, tarnishing your word, that tarnishment lasts forever. So keep that in mind.